You know, we're talking about a stretch of uninhabited islands selected as a refuge for wildlife, now in serious jeopardy because of a man-made disaster. Our Gary Tuckman took a boat out to the Chandeleur Islands, an area thriving in marine life and first in line when the oil spill hits Louisiana.
We're 35 miles south of Gulfport, Mississippi. These are the Chandeleur Islands, actually in Louisiana waters, and right now you are looking at the oil that is threatening to come on this island. Protective boom is right here. This yellow thing is the boom. It looks like foam, but this is the oil from the massive oil slick. People on the coastline, obviously in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, very concerned. But we can tell you, because we took a 3.5-hour boat ride to get out here, that the oil is still at least 35 or 40 miles away. I mean, you could see right now, if it wasn't for this protective boom, it would be on these islands. These islands are amazing wildlife refuges. These are places where migratory birds come on their way between North, Central, and South America. And you can see the birds as the sun is going down on these islands. These islands used to be about 20 miles long, north to south, but because of hurricanes over the years, Katrina, George, it's now about 16 miles. And ultimately, the fear is that in years to come, when there's more damage here, the islands will be gone. They're uninhabited. No one lives here, although about a couple of hundred years ago, there were a couple of hundred people who lived on the islands. Now, it's a wildlife refuge. The oil, as you see, is right here next to the boom, and there's great concern it'll go over the boom on these islands and then on the coastline. This is Gary Tuckman, CNN, on the Chandeleur Islands, Louisiana.
Ched Myers, I'm in your space. Okay.
You have your light, it comes this way. I have my light, it comes this way. As long as we don't get too close, because in the middle there's darkness.
Yes. You know, we wanted to take a look at the Gulf region again and take a look at the Gulf of Mexico because this is the window of opportunity now, right?
Big time.
Okay.
The winds have died off. This is the opportunity that they didn't have for the past 7 days to corral some of this stuff with the booms and actually either light it on fire or get it off with the skimmers.
Right.
And have you seen the skimmers, how the skimmer boats work?
No.
Man, the skimmer boats are awesome. They put a boat here and they put a boat here and then the skimmer boats in the back and they connect all three of them with a boom.
Wow.
They all three move in unison and so all the oil is collected in this chamber, goes back and is funneled down to the skimmer boat and then the skimmer boat sucks it off.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. There are hundreds of thousands of gallons of this oil mix in these skimmers already. They're doing that. That's working. But right now, here are the numbers. 14 fixed-wing aircraft dropping dispersants, doing doing overviews. 3 remotely operated vehicles. Those are the ones that kind of go down and do their thing underwater. You can't go down 5,000 feet. I mean, I'm a diver. You can't go down there. You know, there's no such thing as anybody being able to go down there. And 170 vessels out there either taking the containment booms out or driving them around, doing something with all of that. The good news is we've had a wind for a while out of the southwest, but today the winds have died off. And literally, this is awesome. It's not blowing toward land anymore, not blowing toward shore. I'm going to open up this number 4 so that we can put in, we have some images that we wanted to talk about. A couple images we've been seeing, and you can go on to like Google Earth and type in oil slick or Gulf oil problem, and then type in images, and you will see those images. Nice. You can see the dispersants being put in the airplanes and how those things are pumped in and flown over.
Really?
Now the dispersants, I said weeks ago, it's kind of like a 409 product, right? It's a little bit higher tech than that.
Yes.
But you're trying to cut the grease. You're trying to cut the oil.
Yeah.
And so as you cut the oil, you spray it over it, the oil gets cut, it gets mixed in with some water, and then all of a sudden it flushes out.
You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
We can actually walk, can we walk this way and actually take a look at the dome that's being loaded?
Is that live?
I think it is.
No kidding.
Or if it is, yeah. Okay, it's a live picture now.
Well, they've painted it then, because it was orange. It was kind of a rusty orange color, unless that's another one. Painted it white. Look at that. This thing weighs tons and tons and tons, made of concrete and steel. They are going to drop this thing on top of
the wellhead.
The wellhead.
Really?
It's going to go completely over the blowout preventer.
Yes.
Because the blowout preventer
didn't work.
It didn't work. The blowout preventer is leaking because of the way the cable, the line kinked. Okay, so the line kinked and oil's coming out of the top of that where the blowout preventer shouldn't be allowing it to come out. So all the oil is going to collect in here. It's going to float. This oil floats. It's going to float up to this funnel, and then all of a sudden they're going to drop a line on this funnel, and they're going to suck the oil out of that container. So it's going to stop the flow of oil into the water. It's going to be pumped into a ship up above, and that ship can hold about 125,000 barrels of oil before it has to be offloaded or replaced or pumped out, whatever it is. But this is the latest and greatest possible thing they can do. That right there, that's
you took the words out of my
that's 30 feet.
Yep.
That's a 30-foot mark, so there's 25-foot mark. But they got to tow this thing out there. They have to remotely try to operate this thing. And think about, this is, I don't know what kind of game this is, like playing Pachinko, right? The winds and the waves and the currents are taking it back and forth, and all of a sudden you have one wellhead that you're trying to drop it on top of. And that's what they're going to do with it.
Good stuff, Chad.
All right, sure.